Libertarianism isn't just about spending and the economy. At its heart, it's about individual freedom. And that's why John Stossel has grown steadily more hostile to the ways of the so-called woke mob.
There's a lot of acronyms involved. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It sounds like something that you couldn't be against. Who wouldn't want to be more diverse? Why wouldn't we want more equity? We all think we want to be more inclusive. So what went wrong?
It was captured by the left, and it made people afraid to talk to people who were different from them.
It seems to be making people less likely to interact with people who are unlike them, because it's like a minefield now.
Less likely to interact. Harvard Business School study found that the companies that had good DEI programs the longest hired fewer black female managers. It just poisons speech, and thank God it seems to be over.
DEI would have ruined our country, and now it's dead.
How do you look at someone as a individual, but also acknowledge, we all know history, some of the injustices that have been brought upon certain groups in society, and then balance those injustices with treating everyone like an individual?
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Can it be truly merit-based down the line every time?
Yeah, I think it ought to be. I mean, certainly if you're running a business, you care about succeeding, and so it's going to be merit-based. Whenever I had two possible interviewees who were pretty equal, I always said, well, pick the woman or pick the black guy, because we got too many white men on our show. And I think a lot of people left to our own devices would say, look, non-whites have less financial capital and social capital in America because of the horrible things we once did to their ancestors. And I have a moral duty to try to do something to make up for that. But when government forces it, it's one size fits all. And that always goes bad.
Because there's also, a bunch of people, as you know, that hire people who look like them or hire their nephew or...
That will happen. But the beauty of the free market is that if those people aren't as good, those companies lose out. If a company is racist, word gets out, a lot of us won't go to that company. The market protects people too.
Less well-known, but equally pernicious in Stossel's opinion, is the movement to establish ESG. It's a measure of a company's adherence to environmental, social, and governance standards as a criterion for investors. Essentially a way to wokeify Wall Street. The president is not a fan.
The entire ESG scheme is designed to funnel your retirement money to the maniacs on the radical left.
This investing fad, ESG, environmental, social governance, that the left would bless this for being good. That was big for a while, but then they noticed, gee, those funds haven't done so well. And that's gone, and I love it.
Funds were underperforming. Why do you think that is?
Because the business's job is to make money, and if they're spending all this energy on feel-good projects, they don't do as well. Companies often decline when they get in bed with government, probably because bosses focus more on sucking up to politicians rather than innovating. There's this group called the Human Rights Campaign, which I thought was promoting human rights. That's good. But it turns out to just be this lefty organization that raises $30–40 million getting companies to get ranked 100 on its rating scale, which means you have to give to LGBT groups and you have to promote sex change possibilities at your company, pay for it. And customers didn't know that this was being paid for, and now a lot of them are backing away.
Another big company appears to be scrapping its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies.
So what would you say, who's winning the war on woke?
Conservatives are winning it. And I was struck by this guy, Robbie Starbuck, who's been enormously powerful, just pointing out what companies are doing. When he posted that John Deere encouraged preferred pronouns and held woke diversity trainings, Deere dropped its policies within a week.
Are you surprised this pendulum has swung?
Yes. Pendulums seldom swing. All my career I've seen it. More government, more forced politeness, and suddenly it's pushed back.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.